Welcome to What to Do When, a podcast from real lawyers with real perspective, where we explore a variety of legal issues and scenarios. Each week, we focus on a new topic and discuss what to do when and if any of these legal scenarios ever happen to you or a loved one. With over 40 years of combined legal experience, our hosts offer their unique perspectives and insights on a range of real-life legal situations.
Hi, welcome back to another episode of What to Do When here at Critzer Cardani. I'm Jackie.
I'm Scott. Jackie, what's on the docket for today?
What to do when your college kid goes to college?
Ooh, maybe it should be what to know when your child goes back to college.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm intimately involved. My daughter just went to college, and your son just went to college.
I mean, crazy.
Crazy. I think the first thing we need to talk about is police on college campuses.
Flashlight cops or no?
No.
Oh.
The misunderstanding that they actually aren't cops, that are like mall cops, is absolutely
false.
Wrong.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So when you're on campus and you have a campus police officer, it's basically like the campus is a mini city, and those officers are sworn to protect that mini city. So anything dealing with the college campus or closely aligned with the college campus, they have jurisdiction on, just like a police officer.
Well, so are we talking, I mean, we always talk about Virginia as the jurisdiction, but we're talking about Virginia campuses. So we're talking about VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University. We're talking about James Madison. We're talking about Liberty and Lynchburg. We're talking about Old Dominion and Norfolk. We're talking about all of them everywhere in between.
Virginia Union. Oh, yeah, all of them.
Oh, Virginia State as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so any college.
Right, Washington.
If they have, I can't say that every single college has their own police force, but if they do, then they are functioning just like a police officer, and there's no difference. What actually, if you really want to get nitty-gritty, this is the problem. So we always talk about probable cause, not talking to police. They have to have probable cause to arrest you. On a campus, that gets limited a little bit because of the fact that you're on a college campus, you're younger, all these things, you sign all these documents to be on the campus. So,
and basically you give up some rights to do that. Is that right?
Yeah, so they have to have what's called a reasonable suspicion, which is a little less. But, I mean, probable cause, honestly, is so low that it really doesn't matter.
Okay.
But, so they have to have a reasonable suspicion to enter your room or, arrest you or whatever it is. So, again, as we always say, number one, don't give information that you're not asked, and don't give information you don't have to give. If you're in your car and you get pulled over on campus, license, registration, and insurance is all you're required. So, if you get stopped for a DUI on campus, license, registration, and proof of insurance is what you need.
Okay.
If they ask you to do the sobriety test and all that, you don't need to do those. And anything you do is helping them, not you.
All right.
So that's another thing I think is really important is do you have a right to privacy in your dorm?
Well, I think I do. I remember being in school and locking the door, and I would have expected privacy in my dorm room.
Yeah. You do have a right to privacy, but again, it's a little bit limited, but not much. You still have a right to privacy. So if the campus police knock on your door and say, hey, we want to search your room, what do you say?
No.
Thank you. But what if they force their way in?
Is there much you can do at that point anyway?
No, you just let them do what they're going to do and realize that you have an out maybe with us and hiring a lawyer and working through that. But yeah, this whole thing where people are fighting police and doing all this stuff, that's not the way to go about it. The way to go about it is to don't give them permission to do anything. If they force their way, then when the charges come, it's basically called fruit of the poisonous tree document. Anything they get with not doing it right doesn't come in as evidence against you anyways.
Well, I think it's important, too, to sort of point out that maybe you didn't give permission for them to enter, but maybe your roommate did. Or maybe in your quad, right? Well, I mean,
yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of that as well. If there's an entrance point and any one person who has access to that entrance point for the room or the rooms gives permission, that's permission. Now, can an RA, resident assistant, or advisor give proxy permission for one of the occupants of one of the rooms?
I don't think so.
I
think they would fail on that miserably. But again, your roommate could narc you out, do all kinds of stuff, and so
or plant something in your stuff, and anyway, bad thing.
Yeah, we've seen all kinds of things happen in our life. So, if you have personal items that you don't want people to get into, you make sure you have a lock box or some kind of locked device.
So. That brings up a really good point. One of our kids who's in the military, which we love, and thank you for serving, for all of you who have and do. But he brought up a point for our son who's in school now and in a dorm. He said, okay, well, maybe they can come in and search, but what if he has, say, a locked foot locker? Can they search that? And of course, he's in this position, well, you better not be able to search that. And I think he's right. I think a locked foot locker or anything locked is protected unless what?
Unless they have a reasonable suspicion. So,
well, wouldn't they have to have a warrant to get into a locked
absolutely,
thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where, I'm sorry, you're right. They have to have the reasonable suspicion to get the warrant. I jumped ahead. But the warrant, I think that's a warrant search. Yeah,
I do too.
Okay. They'd have to have a warrant to search for sure. Thank you all. Have a great day. Like and subscribe, and continue if you have questions, info at cclawva.com.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of What to Do When. For more episodes, be sure to subscribe to our podcast, and we encourage you to check our archives to listen to previous topics. Tune in next week for a new episode and some fresh perspective from Critzer Cardani.